she was your aunt, so it's okay for you to let your feelings out.
You mean cry?
Sure.
I can't.
Well, I'm not going to tell anybody.
It's not that. I don't think I have the right, you know?
What do you mean?
I hated her. I wanted her to die. Or at least go away. It's her fault my parents broke up.
Look, I don't blame you for being mad at her. And I was mad at her, too.
You were?
Sure. Your dad is like a son to me. So I wasn't happy with what she did to all of you.
You didn't want her to die.
Well, no. No, but even if I did, it wouldn't be my fault. You know, unless I had some kind of magical powers. And you don't have magical powers, do you?
No.
So, it's not your fault either. But I'm glad you told me about all this. I'm proud of you.
Why?
Well, before we took off for Texas, you remember? You walked over to your Aunt Stacy. You gave her a hug and you patted the baby. And that was a good thing to do. Yeah. I think so, especially after what you just told me. You know, for you to do something that was that respectful and that caring, just for your dad's sake, that was a very grown-up thing to do.
I didn't want my dad to worry that I wouldn't like the baby.
Well, you see, that's what I mean. You did good.
I didn't really want her to die.
Me neither.
Stacy died because of you.
It's not true.
She got pregnant because of you. She got kidnapped because of you. She got dragged through the snow and out on the ice because of you. All you could do is think about how much of a mess she was. Well, she loved you more than her sister ever will, but fine. Go running back to Gigi. I hope you're miserable.
Let me take you home.
Get off of me! Go back to your precious Gigi.
Come on, Kim.
Just go. She's in that freezing water and you don't even care. Get off! I'm not leaving her.
It's possible you're that baby's father, Oliver. Don't you want to know for sure? It'd be really easy to get a sample. I mean, the baby's already been through so many tests already. All I need to do is swab the inside of your cheek, run a DNA panel, and if we find out that it's a match...
It won't matter.
What are you talking about?
Come on, Kyle, you said it yourself. She might not make it.
But don't you want to find out if that's your daughter, Oliver?
Kyle, no test.
Oliver!
No, Kyle, I said no.
I know it's a lot to consider.
She's so small.
I know. They do surgery on infants all the time.
I just keep thinking, what would Stacy want me to do?
Gigi, she told you.
Huh?
When she was hanging onto that ice, she looked at you and she begged you to save Sierra Rose.
Miss Marasco, I don't mean to pressure you, but will you consent to do the surgery?
Of course.
I understand that the infant's mother, there's just been an accident, and is the father available? We'll need his consent.
You like my new boots? Clint bought them for me. They cost more than we paid for that crappy motel room on the strip. Home sweet home, huh? I told him he was crazy, but he said I'd need him, so... When I found out you were missing, I just threw these on and I jumped in the car. I came out in the snowstorm to look for you. We would have been okay if you hadn't taken it off. Why'd you do that, huh? We were supposed to be a team. I was talking to you!
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have snapped at you.
Oh, well, it's a touchy subject.
No, not really. Well, okay, yes. There's a possibility that baby's mine. But Stacy told Skylar that it was his. Now, why would she say that if it weren't true?
I don't know, Oliver. She's a homophobe?
No, Kyle.
I don't be so sure. That's where plenty of people draw the line.
Look, she even wrote him up in her will. Okay, he's the one that she wants to raise her child if something was to happen to her. He's even been there for her.
And you haven't? You've been standing guard the whole time.
Rex paid me for that.
Yeah, and he didn't pay you to run up a mountain and risk your life in a blizzard.
Kyle, I'm not going to go in there and make things worse for Gigi right now. Okay? Look at her. She stepped up. Didn't even matter that things were on the outs for her and her sister. She's doing the right thing, and so's Skylar.
Oh, God. Skylar would not know the right thing if it been...
Would you let it go? Please.
Well, can you call him? He can give his consent over the phone.
Okay, I'll go try and reach him.
That won't be necessary.
What are you talking about? You said yourself she would die without the surgery.
I know, Gigi.
No, I'm calling Rex.
Pretty pissed, and I don't blame her.
Yeah, well, if you did that to me, I'd knock you out. But I'm not Marty, and she's a lot more evolved.
She also doesn't want to talk about it.
Therapist that doesn't want to talk about things, that's interesting.
Yeah, go figure. I tried to apologize and explain what had happened, and she let me know that you had done that already.
She is, mad. I wish I knew exactly what she saw. I mean, I know she saw us kissing, but, there are kisses and there are kisses. So if I were Marty, which I'm not, I'd want to know what that kiss meant to you.
Oh, I'm glad to see you.
Not as happy as I am to see you. You had us worried there for a while. Well, you came through surgery, and, well, it sounds like once you've recovered, you'll be as good as new.
Oh, I don't know about that. I guess I was shot, and, I don't remember anything about it. Who did it, when, why.
Oh, that's not that uncommon. You know, the mind, it kind of blocks out traumatic events.
What about people? Because there's this cop that I'm supposed to know, and I just don't. And Bree. I mean, the only Brie I know you smear on crackers.
Well, about that, you were given, like, electroconvulsive shock before you were shot. And, well, that could have caused your memory loss, you know, and whether it's short-term or long-term kind of depends on the areas that it affected in your brain.
So no one knows when I'm going to remember again.
Well, I do know what that's like, you know? People talking to you like you should know everyone and you've never seen them before. It's, happened to me, you know, and I know how unsettling it feels. And like when I met my son and I didn't even recognize him.
Wait, is you a son?